Welcome back, everybody. This is Dave of Spider Monkey 2A, and we're back out at the range on another single-digit freezing cold day. But today we got a fun comparison video, and it's more of a debate video, me wanting to know what you guys think. Stick around, should be a lot of fun. Alright guys, this one is going to spark some heated debates, I'm sure of it. This goes back to about as far as the debate of 9 versus 45 versus whatever the heck you want to think of. Today, we're just going to play around with some handguns that I have, and I got to thinking, as I bought them, wow, these were all, in some way, shape, or form, military service handguns. Now, honestly, I mean, obviously, I don't have the military versions or applications of these handguns. I just have the civilian models, and in some cases, pretty far from the military application. But for, oh my god, my glasses are fogging already. It is so cold today, guys. Single digits, and it's breezy. Hopefully you can hear me fine. We're start up with our good old-fashioned 1911. Now, I brought out my Taurus PET 1911, I believe it is, because it is, honestly, it looks closer to the actual version of just the military 1911 as opposed to my Kimber, which has got some upgrades. So this one's just 9mm. Obviously, the military used 45 ACP. This started... This has won a couple world wars, guys. Honestly, I love the 1911s. They're just gorgeous handguns. For the most part, they're reliable. And like I said before, they won 2 world wars. How can you beat that? But then they switched to the Beretta. Okay, I have my M9, obviously. Again, guys, oh, my eyes are watering. It's so cold out here. This is not the military version. This is just civilian version M9. This stuck around. This was adapted in, I believe, 1985 or sometime in the 80s. Don't quote me on that, guys. I apologize. Before I move on from the 1911, this is a single action, meaning you have to have the hammer pulled back to fire it. This is a double single action, meaning you could have the hammer pulled back. Let's do a safety check, no mag in there. You can have the hammer pulled back to start with and fire, or you have that double action where you can do that long trigger pull to begin with. Okay, so that's a different option that they had for that. Oh, my ears are freezing, goodness gracious. And then recently the military contract was given to the SIG P320. Oh my goodness, M17, M18. That would be this one. An honorable mention that never really was adapted by the military, but used by a lot of military and law enforcement. The Glock. Okay, Glock 19, Glock 17. I don't have a 17, I just have the Glock 19. So we're just gonna shoot these around today, and I wanna know your opinions on them. Alright guys, well, I wanted to continue to do all the specs and stuff that I know about these handguns out in the field. It was bitterly cold out to the point where I was actually having camera and somewhat firearm malfunctions. We'll go over that as we go over some of the specs and stuff of these military style handguns. But yeah, let's take it one by one down the line and we'll walk through it, and then I want to know everybody's opinion as to what your favorite handgun is. Let's go over them. First up, guys, we have one of my all-time favorites. This is the 1911. Now, again, as I said at the beginning of the video, these are not military replicas. These are not even close to the actual style of handgun that was used in the military. This is my Taurus PT 1911. It's chambered in 9mm. The 1911s for the military were chambered in 45 ACP. Again, let's just go ahead and unload the handgun here. Safety check. Nothing there. All right, so we have a single action handgun here, which means that the hammer has to be back in order to fire, as you see there. So it does not have that double action where you can just pull the trigger and the hammer will go back and fire. The downside to the 1911 is obviously that it is a lower capacity magazine, lower capacity style. The 45 ACP for 1911s in the military was either a 7 or 8 round capacity, single stack, which kind of limited you. But guys, it was a sidearm, so it was not the primary source for defending oneself. Yeah, but
The barrel lengths ranged in different styles. They had the government model, which was a 5.03-inch barrel. You had the commander style, which was the 4.25-inch barrel, and the officer style, which was a 3.5-inch barrel. 1911 won several wars, obviously. Guys, it's hard to compete with that. 1911 is just one of my all-time favorites. It's a gorgeous handgun. Even the old military styles that were just plain Jane, they were just gorgeous handguns. Then in 1985, the military moved on to the Beretta M9. Again, this is just a civilian model, but it is, this one is probably my favorite handgun of all time. If you were a fan of 80s movies, again, sorry, safety check, but even if it was loaded, this is my house, not yours. Your house is not getting shot. Anywho, if you were a fan of 80s movies, you guys saw Lethal Weapon or Die Hard. That is what really put this Beretta on the map. It is a very interesting style handgun. So what it did was took from the 1911, and now we are in 9mm with a higher capacity double stack magazine. It came standard with a 15 or 17 round magazine. It came in a 4.9-inch barrel with this open slide version, which really helped reduce the weight. And it also had the pistol decocker, which if you had it back and you didn't want to pull the trigger to depress the hammer, you could just lower that decocker. Most people whine about it. I'm sure there's kits. No, I know there is. There's kits to take that off and just make it a standard safety or take it off altogether. The Beretta, it was hard to compete with this one. It was higher capacity, lower recoil, obviously, lighter weight. It is a metal frame, but still lighter weight. Again, you have that reduced slide. Guys, it's hard to compete with the Beretta. This one was probably my favorite of all the military style handguns. Next up, before we get to the modern military issue handgun, this is kind of my honorable mention because it is used by so many militaries and so many law enforcement agencies, it's hard to deny it. So I wanted to throw it in on this list, the Glock in general. Okay, this one is my Glock 19. This is the compact version, but the Glock 17 was used by a lot of military applications and law enforcement agencies as well. Glock 19 was a little bit easier to conceal. What that did was you had polymer magazines, but this one, you were at 15 round. I do believe the Glock 17 was a 17 round capacity with a longer barrel. This one is just a 3.9 or 3.7. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, guys. I'm just kind of going on by the seat of my pants here. But it is hard to deny the Glock's reliability, its consistency, and just all around great applications. Just so durable and so many aftermarket parts and so much out there that this would be a good choice to have if you were in a, say, shit hit the fan kind of scenario. That there's a lot of Glocks out there that you could pick up somebody's magazine, interchangeable magazines, to help out if you run out of ammunition or if you need to lend ammunition. But yeah, it's hard to deny the Glock. What do you guys think? Should this have won the modern military contract, or do you think they got it right with what they did? The Glock 19X, I think, was the handgun submitted by Glock for the military trials, but it just did not get chosen. What do you guys think? All right, and that brings us to today's most modern military issue handgun, the Sig Sauer P320 M18. This is my M18. The M17 is what won the military contract in 2017. Now they both come standard with 17 and 21 round magazines. I believe it came with one 17 round magazine and two 21 round magazines, which is just absolutely kick butt as far as capacity. So this M18 has a 3.9 inch barrel, which makes it the compact version. The M17 with the full slide had a 4.7 inch barrel. And I do believe the reason me personally that they won the military contract was just its modularity, meaning that the fire control unit is able to be taken out of that. That is the serialized portion, not this entire lower frame. So you can take that out, pop it into, say, a completely new handgun. If I wanted to pop that out, put it into the M17, I could and be on my way. I don't need to do the paperwork all over again. It has this plate that is optic ready. Screws come out from underneath, and then you can put a red dot on there. That's pretty good. Comes standard with these really nice night sights on there. So that is just awesome. It is a polymer striker fired. Sorry if I didn't cover that on the other handguns. The 1911 single action, the Beretta M9 double single action, Glock 19 striker fired. This also striker fired. But guys, I need to know what you think. I absolutely love this handgun. It is a joy to shoot. Would it be my choice? That's a tough one. It really is, guys. What do you think? I want to know your opinions as far as, was this the right choice for our militaries to use now? All right, everybody, there you have it. This is an open discussion, not a debate. I'm not saying what is the best military style handgun that we have ever had or what currently is the best. I just am having an open discussion. I want to know what you guys think. Leave in the comments below. Do you agree with the SIG or one of the others? I know there's a lot that I left out. There's a lot of other SIGs that were used in military applications. Guys, this is just what I have in my arsenal, in my collection that I wanted to share with you and just open up a topic of discussion. Another thing, do you think we should stick with 9mm? Maybe go back to 45 ACP? Maybe do 10mm? What do you think? Me, personally, I like 45. But where have they gone wrong with 9mm? It seems to be adequate for what they need. Alright everybody, this is Dave with Spider Monkey 2A. Give us a like, maybe share this video. Hope you subscribe. If not, thanks for stopping by.